Well, praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans, the number one. We're so honored you took the time to join us. Won't you please like us and subscribe to us? Give us that thumbs up if that's available on your site so we can impact the algorithm. We'd like to get at least 1,000 thumbs up today. And you can help us reach that goal. Our phone number, toll free, of course, from around the world is 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, Give us a call. We have callers from all around the globe, especially concentrated in the United States. We'd love to hear from you once again. First-time callers, don't be shy. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Our program is always discussing a variety of subjects, but always from a biblical kingdom of God perspective, understanding the times, knowing what to do, and having that conversation with you so you hopefully will better navigate the life that we live in no matter what the circumstances may be. Once again, 866-743-8267, 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. I'm Bishop Dave G. Evans. Our world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas Smith, is here today.
Good morning.
Yeah, I know you're in this is like almost cloud nine for you today,
yes.
brother. Super Bowl weekend, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I hope it is.
I hope so.
You
I
know,
hope it's going to be a good game.
I hope it's not a dud game.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it should be. Either they're going to both put up points, but both defenses are top 5, top 10.
Okay, Eagles number 1, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tight game.
Okay.
I like a chess match game.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be high scoring. I need a good duking it out.
You like a lot of hitting.
We duking it out, trying to figure each other.
Yeah. I think the first half you're going to see that. The second half somebody's going to make an adjustment and break out.
Yeah. It's going to be something.
I can't see Mahomes staying, 14-point game. I can't see that.
Yeah. That's the thing about, in order for Eagles to win this game, the Chiefs don't lose a game when it's close.
Right.
If they're losing by 7,
okay,
it's probably they're going to their record is going to
they'll find a way.
It's going to have to be double-digit type thing.
I think the Eagles are going to have to jump on them right from the gate.
Can't let it go.
And keep their foot on their neck.
They have to.
And then when halftime ends, come right back out and bust them in the face again.
Yep.
If they let them that 3 points,
it's too close.
It's not going to happen. That Mahomes is going to start throwing stuff between his legs and hitting the receiver right in the numbers, man. It's crazy.
And Kansas City's defense is so good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're the best. They've been the best part of their team for the past 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they keep winning, because their offense has been shaky for a while, but their defense has been like.
I think our nephew is still out hurt. Rashid Rice. I think he's still out with that ligament thing he's got going on.
They're still talking about whether he's coming back.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to play this. He's not playing the rest of this year, I don't think.
Nah.
But I'm sure he'll be back next year.
Yeah. But
they have a lot of different. 20 years ago, those injuries ended people's careers. Now, they're growing additional cartilage in the lab just in case you need it.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
And they're going to Europe to get certain things done they're going to do over here.
Yeah.
Paying the money to do it.
That's how Kobe Bryant extended his career. He went to Europe and they hooked him up.
Peyton Manning went over there for his neck.
Did he? We need to catch up.
Yeah.
866-743-8267. Of course, we're going to take a Super Bowl poll today. Which number Super Bowl is this?
59, I believe.
Okay. Super Bowl 59. Who do you choose? We're going to keep a poll, see what our national audience thinks, and see how much of a predictor our national audience is as to the winner of this year's Super Bowl. And they're playing in New Orleans. And it looks like none of my New Orleans guys are going to the game. They're thinking that the best seat in the house is in the house. Yeah.
The ticket prices are
ridiculous.
Unless you rich, you know.
Ridiculous.
Or you willing to mortgage your house and all that stuff.
Ridiculous. Yeah. What are they paying ringside today?
Let me see.
It's got to be at least $15,000, right?
For down there, yeah.
Yeah, down on the ground.
The suites are like in the millions, of course.
Oh yeah. But you get you have those all year.
Yes.
Most of them.
Yeah.
But then there's the the organization rents it just for the game.
And celebrities and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I never did see the benefit of those ones that are way up in the ceiling. Like when you go down to see Philadelphia team and you're looking at those boxes that are like
way up there.
You can barely. The heads look like dots on a piece of paper up there,
I
man.
know.
So it's not much of a seat to me.
Yeah, up top is about 3,000, all the way up top.
Yeah, in a seat.
In the seat, yeah. Down bottom, about anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000.
Yep.
5,000 mid.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
but that's not including hotel, flight,
Food.
food.
Because you can't go to New Orleans and not eat now.
Yeah, you got
You got to fall. You don't jump off the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't fall off the wagon. You leap off the wagon when you go there.
Tear some beignets up, man. Just
Every time I go, I make up my mind ahead of time. Okay, suspending the diet for a couple of days until I get back. And
Yep.
then
lose some weight just to go down.
the last time I went, it was, those Blakes, man, they fed me like I was running away from something.
All right.
I hadn't eaten in days, but
Yeah.
it was, every meal was just amazing.
Yeah.
866-743-8267, 866-786-74 Evans. This is On Point, the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America. Lines are beginning to light up. We've got Denise from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Other lines are lighting up, and we'll be able to tell you where they're calling from. Okay, so we know we have the Super Bowl out there for our viewing audience to give us understanding. I understand that President Trump has decided to revoke Biden's access to classified information.
Briefings, everything.
Why is he such a baby?
That's the thing that continue. I don't know why I'm still surprised about it.
Yeah.
How such powerful people that you wouldn't think would have,
Oh no, he's petty.
just
He's
Yeah.
Most people have a sense enough to be petty and keep it to themselves.
yeah.
But what I marvel at is not so much his pettiness, but how those that are supporting him can't just say, I support him, but that's not right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is the crime in that?
Yeah. They can't do it. I was reading that guy Walsh that supported Trump. You know what I'm talking about. He was on CNN, I think, a couple times. He turned on Trump.
Yep.
And he posted this morning. He was talking to a friend of his who's still a Trump supporter, and he basically got to the bottom line that they just cannot find it within themselves to admit when he's wrong. As long as he's doing what they want him to do,
Okay.
no matter, they'll keep skirting around it.
Okay.
And finding every way.
That's extraordinarily selfish.
Yeah.
So they're not even concerned with the negative impact on people's lives
No.
as long as he's not touching them.
No.
So it's the y'all thing, not us
Yes.
again.
And,
Okay.
but even if now here's the other crazy part. I'm not sure. I'm sure you probably saw this. Before the election, grocery prices are too high.
Yep.
After the election, we're willing to pay more as long as we, put
As
these
what?
tariffs on these countries to make them to show some American.
The tariff argument has already been disapproved.
I know.
And
Yeah.
they threw it out there, and the other countries didn't blink.
Yes.
So now all of a sudden, we're not going to do it.
Yes.
30 days to give his constituents a chance to adjust to the fact that he's saying something else that he's not going to do.
Yep. Yep. But now, if it's made in America and it costs more, if it's American made, we'll pay for it. Majority of people ain't.
Then
thinking
why
like
they
that.
stealing eggs out the store?
Thank you. Thank you. But you know what it reminds me of?
What?
You said something. When people are in a bad relationship and they can't get out, there's some compensation they're getting.
Absolutely.
Even if it's one minor thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he does this to me, but
Absolutely.
You know.
She ain't this, but
that one thing.
I like being
two
seen
things,
with her.
Yes. Will compensate for everything else.
Unbelievable nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm watching our the people that the country should look up to, who should be I think the examples of, who we can have confidence in, are our politicians. That seems to have escaped, in this particular time that we live, that they are not the folk you want your kids to be like. A lot of them aren't.
Yeah.
But then I'm back to what gets him elected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm baffled.
Yep.
How do a bunch of folk get together and vote for someone that believes that aliens started a fire in California?
Yeah, I know.
How do you do that?
Yeah, and then release those water, and it flooded some of the farmers' stuff, and it didn't even help the fires.
150 billion gallons of water. 150 miles away from Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
And it's water that the farmers needed to irrigate their farms.
Mm-hmm.
So you've put it in a tank now or in a reservoir, and now it's evaporating away.
Yeah. Yep.
It's crazy.
I know.
But none of them will say they shouldn't have done that.
They should have done that.
Okay. And then you get the Army involved. They sent the Army out there to release the water.
Right. And nothing happened. Yeah.
Didn't help at all.
Yeah. It's just they have to. It's again going back to that. You told this person don't date this individual, and they just have to find every way to prove you wrong.
Absolutely.
And justify everything.
I tell you what, I have a broad cross section of relationships. I have never seen my Republican acquaintances and friends so silent as I've seen them now.
Yeah.
Normally we're having conversation after the election, but I'm hearing nothing from people that I've had long-term relationship with. I don't know whether it's okay we voted against a lot of people's best interest, or I'm embarrassed by the fact that I supported this. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then there's a variety of black people that I know voted for President Trump that are now silent on him because of what they're seeing happen.
Yep.
You've got people who thought they had racial proximity, Latinos, Mexicans, Cubans, who are now watching parts of their family get deported.
Yep.
You actually voted to support somebody who's going to break your family up. How insane is that?
Yeah. There were some Venezuelans, I believe.
Yes.
Florida. You see the video? Well, we didn't think he was talking about
us.
They
But we got to be fair now.
He said it.
African American people went through this same thing.
Yeah.
When we were divided by color of skin within our culture, and some folk that were lighter didn't want to deal with folk that were darker, and some folk that were lighter were closer to racial proximity to white people, and used that to every advantage. I get the culture, I get the difficulty, but we've been through this also. So people acting like no. It's just like the whole Caitlin Clark thing, and this uproar because all of a sudden this white player is getting all this attention. We went through the same thing when Larry Bird came into the league. He did what he did. He dominated. They finally had to admit he could play ball, but it was the same division, man.
Yep. Yeah.
The Bible's right. There is nothing new
Under the sun.
This
stuff keeps repeating itself.
Absolutely.
And you're seeing even some Democrats who didn't vote at all because they didn't like either side.
Silly.
I know. And my thing was, they're still entrenched in, I made the right decision not to vote, but complaining about what's happening in Palestine
And that
and all the
means you
stuff in
didn't
the
make
Gaza
the right
Strip.
decision.
I know.
And
I know.
what did the Palestinians think this week when he said we're going to level the place?
Yep.
And they voted for him to get in office.
Because one of the congresswomen that's I believe she's Palestinian. She was she's in the Democratic side, but she was not a supporting of VP Harris.
Right.
And was saying I'm not voting for her. Y'all shouldn't vote for her either. But she's one of the biggest people complaining about. I can't remember her name.
You cannot complain if you didn't exercise your right to vote. If you decided to intentionally stay home, stay out of the process, you literally have nothing to say now about the outcome. Well, where do Americans get the gall to say I didn't vote and then complain about the outcome?
I know. I was telling a young person, I was like, y'all talking about Biden and Harris, and you didn't like what was going on in Israel and Palestine. What do you think the Trump administration is going to do? It's going to be worse than...
They didn't get it.
Like...
It's like this whole DEI thing.
Yeah.
I think, now I could get eaten up for this, I think the Republican Party did a masterful job shaping the consciousness as it relates to DEI. And what is that? Most people, when they think of DEI, think of African Americans.
Yes.
Of the 7 groups that benefited from DEI, African Americans are number 7. You can look it up.
Yep.
And in some lists, some number 8. You've got Caucasian women, number 1.
Number 1.
You've got Asians, Latinos, Mexicans, veterans, LGBTQs, handicapped, disabled rather, and then after 6 of those, you get to African Americans, unless you put white males up in the list somewhere.
Yep. Yep.
But the crafting of the consciousness was so deft and so expert that when most people think DEI, they do not think white women. They think black people.
Yep. But see, nothing new. Brown. You put a brown face to it. You can change a law. They did it with the welfare queen.
Yes.
Back was it Bush and all them? The first Bush.
Yes.
Marijuana was made illegal in the country because they put a brown face to it.
Yep.
They said if we keep weed legal, these black men are going to come rape
Now,
women.
now it's legal. Now it's legal.
Yeah. Now they changed around. It's money and stuff.
Let's do it a step further.
Yeah.
Heroin was a people problem. Bad people. Until white kids with money started getting strung out. And now they started building safe places
for them
to go and get high.
Yep.
All before was indictable, you got to go to jail. They're bad people. But now, you know, that the privileged are getting involved, and they have been. We got to make a place where they can go and shoot up in a healthy environment. What the heck are you talking about?
I know.
Okay. We got Denise on line 1. We've got Scott from Vineland, New Jersey on line 6. We've got Tom from Fort Lauderdale. And it looks like a new caller, Michelle from Kokomo, Indiana.
Cool.
Wow. Let's go to Denise on line 1. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, girl, we're trying to make it. You know how that is.
Yeah.
Good morning, Pastor.
Hi. How are you?
All is well. Well,
who you choosing this weekend?
I'm choosing to sleep because I'm on call.
Oh, okay.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, you got work.
I don't blame you.
It's my call weekend, so I'm going to put some earplugs in because I know my neighbors will be going all the way to 10. But Andy had his time. He had his win, so it's time for the birds.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We got one for the birds.
Yeah.
The birds, yeah.
I also like to ask, we need some music for that whole time. It's very lonely.
We'll talk to him about that.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
It's very quiet. I said, am I still connected or not?
Maybe we'll put some music on there, or maybe we'll put some excerpts on there or something. That
Yeah.
spiritually
then
enriched quiet time.
Oh, then you're going to have people saying amen and shouting if you put.
Well, that's good. That's
fine.
good.
Yeah.
Do you have any relatives in California? Any friends in California?
I do, but they're not close to where the fires are. But I did share your message from Friday.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
For those of you that are listening, and those of you who, not just in the context of California, those of you who have had to deal with some kind of natural disaster or some phenomenal upheaval in your life, we posted a video on Friday regarding recovering from those types of events, and I believe that it was God-led, and I believe it's from the responses I'm getting, the text messages I'm getting, people are really being blessed by it.
It's definitely something that can go across the genre of things that someone can experience in life. It doesn't have to be just a fire.
No. Anyway, what else is going on? Go ahead.
I have a funny story for you.
Okay.
It's funny today. It wasn't funny on Wednesday, but it's funny today.
Okay.
There was a coalition of black and brown folks at work, gathered in the auditorium, and I was walking, and they were like, "Come in, it won't be long." And I said, "Okay." I'd already changed out of my uniform, so I'm in civilian clothes, and I'm standing there, and what I heard was, we're going to walk into common areas. If you want to link arms, you can. Hold hands if you're comfortable with that, and we're going to sing "We Shall Overcome."
Say what?
That's what I walked into. So the room erupted in applause, and, "Oh, that's great," and it's Black History Month, and they were all on board, and I'm looking around, and I'm going, I've missed a very important detail.
What's that?
What are we overcoming? We're walking in the common area, so finally they said, "Are there any questions?" And I raised my hand.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't hear me because I was way in the back, so they passed the microphone. And I said, two things, just two things. Number one, what are we overcoming?
Yes.
And number two, what is the strategy? Because if we're walking in common areas in a group such as this size, the $3,000 suit people upstairs are going to want to know why.
That's right.
Are we handing out flyers? Is there something that we're going, is there going to be a speaker or something? And the room was quiet.
So what do you think they were doing? Just emotionally crying out for some reason?
I don't know, but that was my question. And those that obviously were in charge of this, they were on the stage, and their question back to me after a pause was, "And who are you?" And I said, "A fellow employee. I just changed out of my uniform, but what are we overcoming?" Because, see, that song is related to a movement that has since passed.
Yeah. Did they ever tell you what they were trying to overcome?
I was escorted out by security.
No.
Seriously? Jeez.
At that institution?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
I said, so there won't be an answer to the two small questions I had? There wasn't.
And the cultural composition of the room was what?
Black and brown, a few Asian, and definitely a smattering of white.
So they had no answer to the question, but they wanted you to join in with them? And then when you demanded, when you asked the question, if there had been an answer, it would have been easy enough to reply.
I would have thought so, but I was escorted out. And that was Wednesday. Thursday, when I went into work, a coworker that happened to have been there, and he was laughing. He said, "You have a target on your back." And I said, "What did I do?" I asked a question or two.
And the target, now, is this some formal group, or they just got together?
It is. It was so I asked him, I said, "You were there before me. What are we overcoming?" He was like, "Well, it's in solidarity for the movement." I said,
"What movement?"
"What?"
Which movement you talking about?
I said, "I cannot lend my voice, let alone my physical body, to something that I don't know." And he said, "Yeah, you upset the room. The meeting disbanded quickly after you left."
Well, because they knew they were there on smoke. That's all. You got to have a purpose if you're going to have people come together.
Yeah, explain it.
Couldn't explain it.
That's right, probably. Yeah. Sure.
Today. It's
there you go, starting trouble again, Denise.
it would appear so. And I said, I have got to stop going into places and things of that nature, because I asked the wrong questions at the right time, it would appear.
But it does show you a dynamic, though. I like to watch a lot of Westerns. And I'm always amazed at how one individual can get people emotionally moved, and they go out and do something that may be correct or incorrect, and have no other understanding other than how they feel. It's a mob mentality, and it feels like that now. You have people talking about, I like what was done with the economy, and when I ask the question, so you're invested in the stock market? Well, no. Well, how do you benefit from that?
Right.
You're invested in bonds? No. What? How are you benefiting from that? You make your money investing, right?
Right.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are you benefiting? Are your eggs costing less?
Right. I know, right?
No. So people make these take these emotional points of view. They base a stance on emotion.
I just had those two questions because I said, we're walking in the common areas.
You better have a reason.
That's
Especially
why
there.
Absolutely. And you can't. This is how we felt is not good enough for your bosses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said they're going to want to know why, and if we want to get them on board financially as well as civically, we're going to have to answer.
Well, here's the thing. They if the guy said you got a bullseye on your back,
Yeah.
but you better hear that the higher ups are going to hear that you disrupted the meeting with two simple questions that revealed something and literally stopped something. So yeah, there's going to be a bullseye from the folk that didn't know what they were doing, but there's also going to be an acknowledgement from people that are probably going to think you saved them some trouble.
I said, what did John Lewis say?
And security took you out. I'm going to pray for you. I didn't know you were an ex-felon,
Well, there's one in the Beige House, so.
Yeah. Well, let me move on. We got a bunch of folk on the line. Good talking to you.
Bye.
See you later, Denise.
Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. We're going to Scott from Vineland. We've got Ty from Philly, Michelle from Indiana, Tom from Florida. We're going to Scott next from Vineland on line 6. Good morning, Scott.
Bishop Evans,
Hey, Scott.
Nick, what's going on?
How you
We
doing?
know what your vote's going to be.
Yes. Go Birds.
You're voting for
Yes,
you're
sir.
voting for the Raiders, right?
Yeah, actually, no, the Harlem Globetrotters. Gentlemen, we finally have one more day. Before I get into that, Bishop, once again, thank you for your past sermons. Me and I have been listening to Shift the Needle, and
Yeah.
very, 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 very powerful. All your messages are, but
Appreciate that, Scott.
And Pastor Nick, actually, I'm not being funny. You know that when it comes to church, how you just, with your prayers, how you, Dad would say, get everybody stirred up, Pastor Nick. Just when you pray and everything, it's very, very, very good. And,
You can talk to him now. He knows how to talk to him.
Yeah.
yes, he does.
Talk to him
He
like he's
does.
listening. That's what he says.
That's right. Talk to him like he's listening.
Talk to me like
if
you know
I'm
listening.
listening, it's getting through. It's good because I got a hard head. Both of y'all know, that, Bishop.
Oh no, I would never think that, Scott.
But yeah, thank you for that. But tomorrow, I'm just I'm so ready. There's been pop-up stands all over the place. The Eagles gear, and I is like,
You guys
okay,
are so
go pick
pumped.
something out. Continue to pray for her. But
I feel sorry for Nia.
yes, a lot of people do. But let me ask you guys this before I hang up. What do you think the Eagles? What do the Eagles have to do to win this game tomorrow?
Run that ball, step on them quickly, and keep their foot on their neck. If you let them up,
Yep.
they're going to be in trouble.
Got to put points up.
You're going to have 4 quarters of intense football.
Yep.
Yes.
4 quarters.
Yes.
Where the defense is
I-
beating them down and the running game is – what's wrong?
Oh, something looks like on the screen. That's why.
And the running game is clicking. And they're going to get tired. That defense is going to get tired the middle of the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter. If they've been running the ball enough, they're going to get tired.
Yes. And keep Patrick, if I may throw in, keep Patrick Mahomes off that field.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep him off that field, and if it makes any sense, not in a bad way, but take the refs out the game. Everybody's been asking me wherever I've been. They know what I mean. Don't hurt the refs, of course, but don't even allow them to blow a whistle or cheat. You know how they do with the cheat. Take the refs right out the game, and it almost has to be clean football if that makes any sense.
Well, it is. It's gonna. And Pastor Nick says they're gonna have to. They have to do some hitting tomorrow.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the weeks of recovery that's going to happen after the game.
Yeah.
But
It's going.
Yes.
they're going to have to do some
It's
hitting.
going to have to be something. Because it
It
can't
might be old style football.
Yeah, it have to.
No.
Yeah.
And if the Eagles play their offensive game and don't try to get pass happy or others. Play your game.
Do anything
The
cute.
thing that took you to the dance,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Don't try to get cute.
Did you see the interview with Emmett Smith yesterday?
I saw
No, I
quotes of
didn't
bits of
see
it. I
that.
didn't see the whole thing.
And Mr. Smith says, you guys related at all?
No.
Mr. Smith says, I'm just kidding. I know. He said what the Eagles have done is re-emerged or reset the value of the running game.
Yep.
Yes.
He said in the same interview, it's the thing Dallas lost.
Yep. And the reason why they lost.
He said it's the reason why they haven't been able to come back. They've discarded the running game, and now you see how important it is.
Yep.
Yeah, they got rid of that good running back there, Tony Pollard, and another guy.
Ezekiel Elliott was there, yeah.
You know, it's just throw, and it's easier to win a game when you know what a guy's going to do.
Yeah, because they caught into the hype of, okay, well, Brady passes a lot, Manning passes a lot. There's only been 2 of them in history.
That's right.
Every quarterback's not them.
That's right.
No.
Brady can go out there and chuck it 40, 50 times and not have a strong run game and be okay.
Right.
Not everybody's like that.
What you said, Pastor Nick Bishop, is correct. What Pastor Nick said, he also had, well, he wasn't a running back, he was a tight end, but you also had Gronk too.
Huge.
So. Man.
I mean,
look
at what they had.
I mean, you know. It's like having an Empire State Building go out for a darn pass.
Yeah.
You can't hit that. You can't hit, you can't hit the building, man. Something's wrong.
Right.
Absolutely. Stevie Wonder could hit that building.
And then all he did was fall over the goal line. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But I'm just
You got a bear with clothes on.
Yep.
I'm just so looking forward to this game, and our secret ingredient, of course, is Saquon. Not knocking the running backs we had when we met them 3 years ago. But they know Saquon, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and all that. Again, they know Saquon Barkley, and this is what he's dreamed of. We've all heard it. They had a voicemail of his daughter after after they beat the Commanders. It was just so cute, and that's going to motivate Mr. Barkley if he needs any more motivation, even more.
Well,
I'm quite sure he's going to play that voicemail. I feel sorry for them.
He's got a spiritual advantage going to, you know.
True.
True. His family's a member of one of my churches, so he's
okay.
So he's
okay.
Everything's been going well for him.
Good. Especially
I'm being
all jokes aside, especially being a member of anything you touch, Bishop, turns to gold.
They're still at our church in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Good. Anything you touch, Bishop, turns to gold.
Well, I hope so.
Pray. Right.
Pray. Don't put that much out there.
Use the advantage.
Don't put that out there. Okay. See you later, Scott.
All right.
Good. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that's the second one for the Eagles. Now we're going to Tom. Is that right? Line 4. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing, Pastor Nick?
How you doing, man?
Eagles all the way.
We got 3-0 so far. You guys are all Eagles, man.
Hey, Bishop, I was lucky enough to be in the box a couple times at the vet.
Okay.
And we didn't look at the field. You look at the TV. It looked like you may as well be in a spaceship. It looked, you see little bugs down there. With,
man, if you're not in that first ring, if you're not in that first ring, man, I don't see the seat advantage at all.
Yeah, I was in the upper ring.
Oh man,
a couple times.
They got those roof boxes.
Yeah. Oh, the roof boxes.
About the party.
No.
Yeah,
it's more about the party.
Yeah, because I know they tried to persuade us to get one of those boxes like 15 years ago. The roof boxes. I went upstairs. I'm like, yo, looks like I was looking at ants.
Yeah.
You can stay home.
You needed binoculars to see the darn logo in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
Bishop, this is cold. What I'm ready to say.
Go ahead.
Down here in Florida, the Venezuelans.
Oh.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
But I am.
I hear.
Get out in the news when you see them taking them away in handcuffs, and on the back shirt says Venezuelan for Trump.
Wow.
And then down here, you're seeing them on the news come out of the woodwork. He promised.
And from what I read, they're taking people. They're actually citizens of the United States. They're taking them first and then checking their stuff.
Asking questions later.
And
they're taking a long time to let them go.
Down here, a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big deal where the local cops are like, don't want to be involved with this. School system has come out legally and said, we're not going to let them on, not unless they have a warrant.
Yep.
It's gotten crazy.
I saw one of the government's representatives when they were asked the question, "Are you concerned about the trauma on not only on the children that you go into class to get, but on their classmates?" And the guy gave a word salad answer, but basically the answer was no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, if they should have thought of that before they sent their kid to school.
Wow.
So the answer was absolutely no. I'm not. We're not concerned at all.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Bishop, I see you got a lot of people on. So when they get off the, I want to ask Pastor Nick about this one.
Mm-hmm.
The FEC, Trump is firing them. They're the Federal Election Commission Committee.
Yes. He's
The
trying
chairman-
to. He's trying to. They're
Cameron
fighting back.
last night said, "I ain't going."
Yeah.
So they took her computers, they took her stuff, but she's like, "I was elected by Congress. I am put in by Congress and can't be fired."
So is this part of his? After I get in office, you guys won't have to worry about voting anymore?
He's trying to get rid of everybody that was against him and was saying that the 2020 election was fair and it was right.
Well, how about this one was rigged?
Thank you, but you know,
How
Exactly.
about the shenanigans that the Republican Party did in different districts? I was in New Orleans preaching. A guy comes into the service, Pastor Nick, and tells us that one or two people, a few people, 6, 7 people, challenged 200,000 people, black people's votes in New Orleans City alone. Which meant if you didn't know you'd been challenged, when you went to the polls and didn't have everything you needed in order to vote, you couldn't vote.
Wow.
And that there were other people who didn't know they'd been challenged, which means you have to stop. You don't have a right to vote until the challenge is solved.
Okay.
They cast their vote, and their vote was thrown in the trash. And this happened over and over across the country. I didn't know. One individual in Georgia can challenge 30,000 votes. 30,000.
Unbelievable.
So people were challenging their neighborhoods. If they didn't like the people, or they knew they were voting a certain way, well, this person, I want to challenge the legitimacy of their vote. Laws like that all over that we don't know
I
about.
had no idea about that.
Absolutely.
So a random regular citizen.
Random person
That's crazy.
can challenge a vote to legitimacy of another individual in this country. Absolutely. So if you don't like your neighbor, you can challenge their vote. Challenge their citizenship. Challenge their right to vote.
No idea about
Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw a documentary on it. I was like, yo, for real?
I'm going to read them. I never heard of that before.
I know it happened in New Orleans.
Okay.
Because I was there the weekend. The guy came in and said, look, you guys got to check your registrations. We got this website so you can like re-register and do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because they weren't, notified. They didn't notify you.
Okay.
You came to the poll.
And that's how you.
That's how you found out that you couldn't vote.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in New Orleans when that happened.
These people are cold, man.
And that happened all over the country. So it turned out millions of votes were delayed. People couldn't vote.
Wow.
So all that gerrymandering and all that stuff, that was part of it.
It's supposed to be the Christian party, too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, did you see he put
Paula White?
Yeah.
Now,
now it's causing some
Now, let me tell you what the problem's going to be, which you know already.
Yeah.
Those evangelicals called Paula White a heretic.
Yep.
And now you're going to put her over faith-based, which means you put her over us. Some of those same guys got a problem with a woman telling them what to do.
They are upset.
Okay.
They are upset.
I'm trying to tell you something.
Upset.
Trying to tell you something.
Now, the first time they were, coming together like the Pharisees and Sadducees, promoting her book, and now they're like, nah.
Especially after she did that African angel stuff.
Yes.
And that whole whatever that was.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've known her a long time. I know her relatively well. I'm not confident that she won't be a person that will choose loyalty over what's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know if she thinks she has the ability to impact a decision that's going to hurt folk. But to me, a vote, your vote tells you who you're concerned about other than yourself.
Yes.
I think that's legitimate. Your vote tells you who you're concerned about other than yourself. Because the policies of a party impact different set of people.
Yes.
And your vote tells you where your concern is.
Yep.
And the Bible is clear about us Christians. How you treat your brother is really important thing in God's mind.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm finished, Tom. That was a mini sermon.
Hey, you guys have a great day.
All right, man.
And go Eagles.
All right.
See you, man.
Man, the Eagles
Hey,
are
take
winning. We are going to, we got Michelle? Line 5. Michelle,
Yes,
how are you?
Hello.
I'm okay, and you?
All right. Is that Kokomo, Indiana?
Yes,
My goodness. Welcome to On Point this morning.
thank you. I'm shocked I got on. I know your friend from Florida. I don't know what little group y'all got there.
Anybody that can call can get on.
That's
Anybody can call can get on. Doesn't matter where you're from.
You talk to him. You're right. We can't get on.
Oh, you mean get on first?
Oh, get on first.
You gotta
No, I
you gotta
did.
call early.
I did today. I was shocked I didn't get you.
Yeah. You were like number 4.
Okay.
Well, welcome. You're using up your time, girl. Come on.
Okay, Nick. What's happening here with this game? Who I need to put my money on?
I'm not. Don't put your money on nothing. Look, I'm an Eagles fan. I'll be upset if they lose.
Yeah.
As an objective football fan, if the Chiefs have a three-peat, the only team to ever do that, you have to appreciate greatness.
Absolutely.
I won't like it, but you have to appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think this is going to be a good game. Won't be a boring game.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, Michelle, because a lot of times those Super Bowls are just sorry.
I don't know. It's like they get comfort. I guess it's too much to eat or too many celebrities around. Hopefully not.
This will be the first year since COVID started. Well, we haven't had a party in, 4 years?
Well, yeah, because it's always on first Sunday. So
Yeah.
now-
We haven't had a party in 4 years. We used to adjust communion and everything.
Yeah.
Have party in the fellowship hall. But, the best seat in the house
Party at home.
is at home.
That's correct. It's safer and more fun.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to keep y'all. So
Now, let me ask you a question. What other city that I would know is Kokomo near?
Ooh, you got me there because I'm actually from Chicago. I've been here like 3 or so years. I just know that Kokomo was a chief, Indian chief years ago.
Okay. But so is Chicago near? Because I know Indiana and Detroit are right close together, and they actually have East Chicago in Indiana.
Yeah.
So
Right, exactly. Chicago and Indiana are right next to each other. I've been here about 3 or 4 years. I'm so shocked that the weather is not as bad as Chicago to be so close.
yeah, Chicago has really intense weather.
Rough. It's Mr. Hawk and Mr. Wind.
It's
They don't play around.
sure enough. Lou Rawls sang all about it, didn't he?
You surely did.
Nice talking to you, Michelle.
Thank you. Have a good one today.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We're going to Ty from Philadelphia on line 2. Hey, Ty, how you doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
I wanted to follow up quick about last month. I called in about the shared ride user that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and me praying for him and him being so abundantly blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to let you all know that I was able to walk through the steps of salvation. He did commit himself
Wonderful.
to Christ, so he is now a believer.
Wonderful.
He assisted me on Martin Luther King Day. I do an event here in Philly, a community event, and he assisted me on that event. So we've been incommunicado since then. So God is good with
Wonderful. How's everybody else doing?
Everyone is okay, but that's the reason that I said I had to call in, because I wanted to get your perspective, Bishop, on the DEI situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an uproar in the black community, social media community. We're divided. Like, a lot of people have then decided once the big main stores that started falling out,
Yes.
specifically Target,
Yes.
Target, once they decided to go along with the DEI following, a lot of people said, oh, well, we're going to boycott beginning 2/1.
Okay.
I wanted to get your take on it because I don't know if you know, I'm a shareholder with Target, and we received a letter to get a vote in, and the shareholders then have decided to sue. Once Target announced on January 24th that they were going to pull out of DEI funding, which included the George Floyd scholarship fund that they put together, along with bringing in new black-owned businesses to support them, shareholders then pulled out, and they had put through a $13.7 billion lawsuit against Target because guess what? They didn't realize that the effect would then pull the black dollar out and how significant the black dollar would be because now the stock in Target has plummeted. So I wanted to get your take because there's so many people who are saying, oh, this is a perfect opportunity now. Now that DI is pulled, we can kind of combine and get a Black Wall Street together. I don't know. I know that even in the civil rights era, I know that there was always opposition, right? People who were going to go along with the struggle and people who were against it. But I can't see us coming together because there's always still the negative pull to unite and say, oh, yes, let's start a movement. Let's, support the boycott and or start diversifying into our communities. Like, how do you feel with this whole boycotting corporations? Because, of course, you're going to have people that are going to say, well, I'm going to still shop there. Yeah. It's Amazon, it's Starbucks, it's McDonald's, it's all of these big-name retailers. So that black people love. We love shopping there. Right. So I'm trying to figure out how you feel about this whole DEI pool. Do you see it being revolted now that shareholders have decided to remove dollars from it? Because to me, it seems like the people that they were trying to impress the most by removing DEI have now turned against them, right? So with the lawsuit, because now many corporations are putting lawsuits together because they're losing money. And I know that as a man of God who knows about the business dollar, I'm just trying to get your take on your feel on all of it, from a business, spiritual mindset. Where do you see this going?
Here's what this has several levels to it that we have to take into consideration. Boycotting, impacting an organization economically has always been one of the strongest ways of magnifying a voice. However, it takes consistency and it takes uniformity for that to happen. There is not a unified component right now among us as a whole. Now, you never get 100%.
Right.
But the actuality is it does not feel like we can motivate enough masses across the country to impact people going to Walmart or Target or whatever other store has decided to pull the DEI. But the thing that indicates this whole pulling DEI indicates to me is two things. One, they're afraid to be contrary to the administration that's in office right now. And two, they're doing something they really did not want to do because there's budgets attached to these departments.
Yes.
And what people are not talking about is not just they pulled DEI, but they eliminated the departments.
Exactly.
But along with the elimination of those departments, this particular administration has decided that they no longer have to keep employment statistics. So now discrimination by a business cannot be documented. Therefore, you cannot sue the organization because they'll have no records of their hiring practices. Now let's move that piece off the table.
Right.
The next piece is this. We're asking minority business people, that's white women, Latinos, Mexicans, Asians, African Americans, disadvantaged white people like our vice president used to be from Appalachia, handicapped people who have business with these big stores, box stores, we're asking them to pull their stuff,
Right.
but we don't have a place for them to go.
Exactly.
And these people have commitments tied
Right.
to the business. Now,
Right.
what I think is going to happen next is that a lot of these minority businesses are going to lose their positions on those shelves.
Okay.
So, and that means white women with businesses, Latinos, Asians,
They're gonna get the
gay
space.
folk, they're gonna lose place because
Okay.
African Americans are number 7 on the list of those that benefit from DEI.
Yes.
So we're going to be impacted, but there's 6 groups above us that are going to
Okay.
be impacted first and more so.
Okay.
All right, so we've got the I didn't want to do it in the first place. I don't want to go against the present administration. We're asking our business people to boycott something that they're physically and financially committed to. So there's more to us saying we're not going to buy stuff from those shelves.
Right.
However, the fact that the boards are starting to recognize too much money will be pulled out.
Right.
What would have to happen, and I know there's been some criticism about this, we don't seem to have any national leaders. So we don't have anyone that has the gravity to say, okay, y'all, we're not going to this store.
Right.
And here's the reality. If they focus on one store and they cause a couple $1 billion in damage in a few weeks, it will start to shift the needle because money is at the bottom of it.
Okay.
But there's a problem with us having a national unity and deciding because, you can see people, well, I'm going to shop anyway. Okay,
Right.
That's not what we need. But
Right.
you've got this my vote doesn't matter mentality,
Right.
which means I can still go buy bread from the store you say you're boycotting and the boycott be successful. No, there's got to be a national unity. Without that,
Right.
people don't mind if you scream all day long,
Right.
as long as you don't impact their money.
Right.
So
So that's what some of the minority businesses that are in these stores. That's what they were saying. They were saying, okay, well, we understand that you all want to boycott, but you don't see the ripple, and you spoke on that.
Where
We don't have
are they
anywhere
going to
place
go?
our-
We don't
exactly.
Look, and you
If
can't
we-
you can't say, okay, just put all your business online.
Right.
If that was the case, they would have never gone through
They
getting the
would've-
loans and
Right,
whatnot
exactly.
to put the stuff in the stores.
Exactly. So then they're like, okay, well, we'll just create a website and we'll buy it from you.
No,
but it still, it
no,
doesn't
they won't.
solve the
They'll go
issue.
broke.
Exactly.
They'll go broke.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the issue is this. We used to have, I used to have product in one of the major box stores around the country. We were in 600 or 700 of these stores. We had books and records, CDs in these stores. And one of the things that people don't understand about these big box stores, they pay you when they want to. So if you are not able, if 80% of your business is coming from 1 or 2 box stores, and they're paying every 90 days, you've got to have backup income, revenue coming from 80% other entities
Right.
in order for that to be a benefit to you. If you don't have the majority of your business coming from somewhere other than a box store, then you can't survive as a small business person. And all they've got to do is slow down paying you. And then if you complain too much, they send your stuff back.
Right.
So now you've got all this product, nowhere to sell it,
Right.
and you borrowed money so you could produce the product to put in their stores after they gave it to you.
Right.
So there's more to this than we're just not going to buy some eggs.
Right.
Yeah, it's a whole lot better. I hope I helped you.
No, you did. You
Okay.
did. You did. I
Okay.
appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you. See
All
you
right.
later now. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Last but not least, we got Danny. Hey, Danny.
Danny.
Danny, are you there? He's on line one. Danny, are you there?
Bishop, how you doing?
Hey, man, how are you?
All right, fly Eagles, fly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're batting perfect this morning. All right. I didn't even wear my Eagles T-shirt. I didn't even inspire anybody.
Tomorrow.
They that wait.
Come on, Danny. Preach it. Come on. Come on.
I know you're short on time, Bishop, but we got to go ahead. If they can't score, they can't win.
That's right.
Defense got to show up.
That's right. That's right. Danny, for all our Florida people, I don't know if you saw it yet. I posted a video yesterday. We posted a video yesterday directly speaking to people who are in areas where natural disasters occur. Hurricanes, fires, floods, those type of things.
Yeah.
And it's, if you get a chance to see it, spread it out. And because I know people need a biblical understanding of how they can recover.
We'll do, Bishop, and you are always on point with it. That's what the people need, and that's what I'm trying to address. And there's similarities in them that between the only difference that there's a fire and there's a storm, a hurricane, or tornadoes, where things happen, and we're putting people, making them aware of what they need.
Yeah.
And certain things that I was saying like having an evacuation plan. People are saying, well, why do you need an evacuation plan? Because being an old-time Floridian, you had to have a way out to get off the beach, to get out of the way.
Absolutely.
And in California, they had the same situation. They had to get the highway, but they were jammed.
And you showed us that whether it's hurricane or fire, nothing goes untouched.
Yes.
Dan, we got to go, man.
Doesn't discriminate.
They got to go. Who you picking tomorrow?
Eagles.
Absolutely.
Fly.
Sir. Come on.
All right, tell my sister I said hello, man.
We'll do.
All right, bye-bye now. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, tomorrow at 11 a.m. we have our live service. At 8 a.m. we have a virtual service. We want you to take the time to come out and join us. We're having a tremendous time in the house. You want to be a part of what God is doing in the house. Our bookstore is open today. If you're interested in updates on what we're doing, you text BBC News to 28950. If you need some spiritual information, inspiration, BBC Elevate to 28950. We'd love to get your prayer requests. Send that prayer at gotobethany.com. Prayer at gotobethany.com. Subscribe to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. Also subscribe to DJams and On Point on all podcast platforms. For Reverend Nicholas A. Smith, the primary Eagles fan of the church. I'm Bishop David G. Evans. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. And we'll see you next time on Point. Go Eagles.
Yes, sir. Go Birds.